What's up, Yoon fam? It is I, Mark Yoon, bringing another hopefully exciting video. So what I got for you today is round 3 in our story tournament. And we have two titans clashing, going head to head against each other. And those are none other than Virgil Riot 70 versus metalraptor. So both of these guys submitted really awesome stories, and I hope that you enjoy reading them as much as I did. And without further ado, we're just going to jump right into the main event. And as always, guys, these are going to be based on numbers. So these are going to be 5 and 6 respectively, Virgil Riot 70 being number 5, and metalraptor being number 6. Now with that in mind, let's begin. Virgil Riot 70 starts. I'm not really the best when it comes to making stuff like this, especially with Soul Calibur, since unlike the situation in Tekken's storyline, I've always been enjoying the series also for the story, and I'm usually open with whatever happens as long as it portrays the characters well. I can maybe list what I would like to see for a few of the characters. Mitsurugi. I wish to see him keep searching for Soul Edge to get stronger, but in the end he would gain a character development as he realizes the true strength lies within himself and not from the weapon, so he gives up searching for it. Similar to what he says in his ending for Soul Calibur 4. Of course, I'm expecting Taki to get in his way. Perhaps hinting some Mitsu cross Taki couple, laugh out loud, and play a part of this development for the character. Same also for Setsuka, as they, like you said, would settle the matter, and I would like to see Setsuka knowing what really happened between her master and Mitsurugi. Ivy. Like the other one said, she gets a redemption arc, and at the same time, she is still seeking to kill Cervantes. And like I said in the old video where I commented for the first time, I would like to see Hilda meeting and confronting her, deeming her to be an enemy due to Ivy's past as Nightmare's servant. They battle, but then Hilda senses that Ivy is holding back and stops the fight. And after Ivy explains her true motivations, Hilda shows her benevolence, spares Ivy, and forgives her despite what happened. Much to Ivy's surprise, Hilda offers to aid Ivy, but the latter either refuses or accepts, I don't know yet. Asmo. He seems so promising to be the next big bad of the series. I would like to see him becoming a major threat for almost all the characters and not just to grow. And yeah, the idea of a rivalry between him and Algol would also be cool. Talon. She's such a hard character to picture what she could actually do in the story. Again, the best thing for now is to try to involve her with the others, since Soul Calibur 6 only showed that she was doing in her village and never interacted with the other characters. Maybe in Soul Calibur 7 they could show how she gets to know Sung Mina and Yoon Sung. Then I would like to see, of course, a continuation of Libra of Soul, since it's part of the storyline. Therefore, the return of the Conduit. I believe they will confirm the ending was canon, and I think obviously they will choose the one where Gro lives because you can't just kill him off just when he debuted, and it's not a bad character overall. Again, I'm open to any ideas, what happens next as long as it portrays the characters well, and as long as it makes sense. One thing's for sure, I'm really expecting the story of Soul Calibur 7 to show some more and clear deviations from the main storylines of the old games. And I would have to agree with you on that one. Of course, I think there are going to be major deviations ahead, and I actually like some of the ways that you came up with our characters interacting more with each other, especially since Talon is such a throwaway character in Soul Calibur 6. She doesn't really do much outside or interact with many of the other casts, so I definitely want to see her interact more with the others, as you said. So that was an awesome story, and now we're going to move on to number 6, which is metalraptor. Alright, with that being said, let's begin. Mine would be a bit similar, but instead it would focus on Viola and Zwei. Patroclus had defeated his sister and Soul Edge was destroyed, but in doing so he unleashed a different threat, and one that no one had yet anticipated, the evil side of Soul Calibur. Slowly and gradually, the powers of the awakened sword spread across the land. Summer has become winter, as entire cities were encased in ice. For several weeks, Zwei lay asleep, and had severely wounded by the malfested pariah, and would have died if it were not for Viola's swift action at the time of his fall. The members of the Schwarzland have taken refuge in an old abandoned mine, where many of the survivors of the Cataclysm had gathered. It was there that Zwei received his life-saving treatment from the alchemist Ivy, who had formed a temporary alliance with the group. In his dreams, Zwei saw faces from a forgotten past. The time where he had saved Viola from persecution, his first meeting with Siegfried when he joined Schwarzland, All of this faded into a dark and gloomy world, void of life, where all things were frozen. Yet in the midst of all this turmoil, he felt a slight touch of warmth on his hand, and a soft voice calling out to him. Hilda had gathered the members of the Schwarzwind together to discuss the current situation, when she received word of Zwei's awakening. The air had grown colder by the day, and soon it would become impossible for anyone to venture outside without the assistance of alchemy or some form of magecraft. One of the locals to the area had shared several stories of a place in the nearby mountains, where people had been known to vanish and reappear several years later. If there was any truth to this rumor, then it might be possible to travel backwards in time to prevent Soul Calibur's awakening, but it was too great of a risk, and Hilda didn't want to put anyone's life in danger over a baseless rumor that was most likely the ramblings of some half-cocked drunkard. Besides, they had no way of knowing its location. It was in this moment that an old man, who had until now been quietly sipping his soup, interrupted their debate by announcing that he not only knew of such a place, but could guide a small group there. She was about to ask this old man his name when Zwei volunteered. So that was another great story, and I really liked the way that you guys wrote these out, and of course that was number 6, which was metalraptor. So again, I want to thank you guys for contributing such awesome stories and taking the time out of your day to join this tournament and making it fun. I feel like this community is really awesome here, and after this battle we go on to the next round, which will be the semifinals. So with that being said, guys, I want you to vote down below. Of course, you know the numbers associated with each story, and we're going to move on from this. I will catch you guys tomorrow with the announcement of all the winners from these first 3 rounds. And as always, thank you.
And thank you.
Hey, what's up, guys? Have you always wanted some sweet Mark Yoon merch? Maybe a thick U shirt, maybe a shirt from Squirt, maybe my pretty face with my logo all over your body, or a throw pillow, or blanket, or anything? Well, you're in luck, because I just launched my merch store, and it is going to be available on Redbubble, and you will find a link to it in my description box down below. It's got a lot of quality content and a lot of good stuff for you to pick up, so you can show your support for the channel and just rep Mark Yoon.